And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's Mango live stream. I have Sean with me today. Sean, say hello.
Good morning, everyone. I missed you guys yesterday. Really missed you guys yesterday.
Yes. So before we begin, guys, let us know if you can, hear us properly, if there is an echo, if there's any audio problems whatsoever. And then we'll get started. Let's go. Why does today feel like a Monday? Today feels like a Monday. Who do we have in here today? Let's look at the chat. Christian, how's it going? He's the first one in here. Depeche is in here. Hans and Hansel is in here. Hello. Patrick. Tabraze is in here. Julian. How's it going, Julian? Sean Tambia is in here as well. Morning. Raghav. Scott, how's it going? Brad, what are you saying, Brad? There is no signal on any asset that trumps world events. Okay. Easy Shota, how's it going, buddy? Christian Malley says bullish. Well.
We're about to find out.
You're about to find out indeed. Robert is in here, strapped and seated. Attaboy. So guys, let us know. Give us a thumbs up. Smash the thumbs if you can hear us properly. That way we know.
We know. The things Krisha knows that she's about to share with you guys today. Some really important things. Things that could actually lead to some strong alpha, not over just the coming weeks, but over the coming years. So we have a really interesting show for you guys today. So especially for those of you looking for some nice long-term analysis, we're going to be going over a few things that we discussed last week, right, Krisha? Some really nice macro signals combined with the 200 exponential moving average accumulation signal as well.
Yeah, so a lot of cool things to talk about. So for those of you who are new here, let's go. Okay, so I see that we have the thumbs up for the audio, so let's get started. Guys, everybody's strapped in. How cool is that logo, Sean?
Super cool.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome.
Did you guys like that new intro that we set up? I spent spent some time this morning setting that up for you guys, adding a nice professional touch to the streams. If you guys did enjoy that, spam mango. I want to see 10 mangoes in there. Let's go, mango.
Let me keep up with the chat. I got the chat up here. Good morning. Crypto Lover is in here. Mark Gore is in here. How's it going? And yes, guys, please smash that like button. If you want to help the Mango channel anyway, all you got to do is just smash that like. Believe it or not, it goes a very long way. Go ahead and smash the like button, guys. I love how everybody's super mango. Everyone's morning mangoes, yeah.
That's what mango's all about. It's always morning at the Mango Grove. And more importantly, you got to have the energy that comes with it.
Guys, Sean's energy is crazy. I swear to God. I mean, I keep saying this, and I wish some of you could see it in the morning. He's like a little minion.
I gotta tone it down for the streams, though, because of the echo. So you guys are seeing a subdued Sean.
He's talking in whispers. You guys get to see the subdued Sean.
Do you guys like the subdued Sean? How sexy is my voice right now?
He's got his bedroom voice on. Smaran Kapoor says, Mango, my precious YouTube channel. Hey.
Aww, that's sweet of you.
It's mango season all year. Indeed, Sean. It is mango season all year. Ari, good morning, man. So are you guys ready to get started?
Are we ready?
Are we ready?
I'm
going to try and, really cut to the main part of the juice today. Because...
No. I want to hear from everyone. Are you ready? Let's go, guys. I want to hear it. I want everyone to let us know that you're ready. We're not beginning until you guys tell us.
Type ready.
If you're
Type ready in the chat, and then we will take you to the juice. Robert says, I'm ready. Let's go. Smurn says, yeah. Amadis is ready. Depeche, ready. That's right. People are ready, Sean. Okay, let's begin. Shall we? Shall we? And once again, I'm a bit rusty, so let's begin with the Mango dashboard. Yes. Sean, are you impressed yet with how my transitions are flowing? Everything is very smooth. Tell me you're impressed with me.
I'm really impressed. You've picked it up really fast.
Usually Sean's like, okay, Krisha, this is how the transitions go. This is what you gotta do. These are the hotkeys. Make sure you get it right. I'm like, okay, guys, so we're going to first start off with the Mango dashboard because, yes, Bitcoin is still in that same sort of consolidation zone. We've had some interesting price action over the past, 24 hours. So let's go ahead and see what Bitcoin is up to as well as the altcoins. Now, for those of you who are in the Discord chat, if you're not already in the Discord chat, come on and join the Discord chat, themangoway.com/Discord. You'll find the link in the description below. But the altcoins as well as Bitcoin, everything's doing something very, very interesting in this juncture. Now, currently on the Mango dashboard, guys, the daily time frame, Bitcoin is neutral, okay? What was it before? The trend was short before. If you guys want to see what the trend was like before the current signal came in, just hover over the trend and you'll see the previous trend, okay? So before it was short, it just turned neutral. This came in 1.3 days ago, alrighty? And notice how the volatility, by the way, is sitting on those low double digits at 33. Still flashing cool, still flashing blue. The altcoins, while some are still short, there are some that are turning their trend right now. We can see those long trend signals that started from the lower time frames cascade on over to the higher time frames. So we're seeing a bit of a shift here. And this is why it's going to pay to be vigilant. Now, someone in the chat mentioned that, okay, you know what, the fundamental news takes precedent here. But I'm telling you, this one thing that I've learned from the years of trading is the fact that the news is going to hit the charts first. If you learn how to read the charts, you're going to get the news before the news even comes out. Okay, and that's why it's very, very important to understand what's going on. So now we're seeing these trends shift. Before, by the way, the daily time frame was short for the most part. So Sean, daily time frame looking relatively healthy here. There appears to be a shift. Okay, and also I want to bring out a new feature that was added to the dashboard, which is now this last sort of index right here, which is the funding rate on this on the first row. So along with the yields and Dixie and Bitcoin dominance and fear and greed index, now you can see the funding rate. Okay, that shows you basically where is that balance tipping towards. Is it towards the short side or the long side? Okay. Fear and greed index, also Sean, still sitting at extreme fear. Still sitting at extreme fear. Guys, I'm literally showing you a trend shift. All right, but sentiment has not yet improved. Bitcoin dominance hovering at 46. We'll be going over the Bitcoin dominance chart today. But also, Sean, let's get on over to the 4-hour time frame on the Mango dashboard. Let's see what those trends are doing on the lower time frames. Bitcoin USDT, guys, once again, neutral. This neutral trend signal came in just now. Just now. And that's why I want to talk about bullish signals today. That's why we want to talk about the bullish signals that we have brought up to your attention. Today, we're going to focus on that because this is the time where you need to be watching signs of reversal. You need to be really, really watching out for them. So Bitcoin USDT neutral came in just now. Sean, is there anything else that you noticed on the dashboard today that you want to bring up to their attention?
I've been looking at mainly the US 10-year and the US 30-year, the yields over there, right? That's a bit concerning for me. I did bring it up at the end of the last stream we did on Monday as well. Like I said, I'm looking for a rejection of the lower high that we can bring up on the charts later, and we're kind of seeing that right now. So that was a big good thing that I saw, that we're seeing yields come down after its most recent rally, because that has put pressure on the markets a bit, right? That being said, the yields have ended their uptrend, and now we want to see them continue the downtrend, right? So yeah, just keep an eye on that. Overall though, Bitcoin's picture, and especially with the dashboard, is fitting that narrative that I put in, or rather explained to you guys this weekend. Actually, I really recommend watching this weekend stream, Krisha, on Saturday. Okay, it was a really short 30-minute stream where I listed exactly what I'm looking for Bitcoin to do. And on the 12-hour time frame, I listed a range. I'm expecting Bitcoin to get stuck within, right? Until the Kijun and the Tenkin come into confluence. And we're seeing that now, right? We're seeing that. Literally, Bitcoin has been hitting the top of the range, rejecting, hitting the top of the range, rejecting, and coming back to the bottom, going back up over and over again, while all the things come into confluence.
We can link that video, actually. That was actually really, really good. Very short live stream that Sean actually did, and he basically laid out the entire plan that he has. We can link that in the chat. So check that out, because there's a lot to learn from just that live stream alone.
Yeah, and remember, guys, if my thesis is Bitcoin's going to be stuck in a range, right, I can actually trade that thesis, right? You can either like trade support and resistance if you want, or if you want to do the mango way, the stress-free way, you can literally use the options markets and literally sell volatility, right? Boom. So either sell volatility, you can short or long volatility, etc., etc. So yeah. But that's what I've been doing, just
the
collecting
yields,
premium.
And also, just coming back to your point, the yields are looking interesting, because you can see that gap between the two really widen. Yeah. Usually when we have an inverted yield curve, essentially the shorter time yields are greater than the longer yields. That would essentially, that's one of the precursors towards recession. So we came close, but then we saw a more healthy sort of spread between the two. So right now that is a healthy spread, so that's looking good. I say we get on over to the charts.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
I think everyone's been waiting. Are you guys ready for the charts? Are you guys ready for the charts?
Okay, so essentially what we're going to do here today is we are first going to start off with the bullish signals that we are seeing on the chart. Now, I have fresh data points for you in terms of a certain bullish signal that I brought to your attention, well, I think sometime last week. And that bullish signal was the Pmi Index. Okay, let's go ahead and pull that up. I want to start off with the Pmi Index, Sean. Yeah. What say you? Alrighty, so Pmi Index. So what is the Pmi Index, and why am I looking at this as that one bullish sign for Bitcoin? The Pmi Index is essentially a manufacturing index. Okay, it's taken certain sectors in the market. I believe it's 400 sectors in the market, and they're looking at all of their manufacturing activities. All right, now why is this important? Why do even analysts look at this index? It's because it gives them insight into the liquidity in the market. So basically manufacturing activities is how much are they really building? How much are they manufacturing? And their activities tie in directly to demand, your demand, our demand, essentially what's the term that I'm looking for? The velocity of money, how fast money moves in the economy, essentially is dictated by us, how much we demand from these manufacturers. And then that data goes to them, and they basically take that, and that's when they start really building products, right? That will tie in directly to their manufacturing activities. So that's why this is looked at as a proxy to liquidity in the market, all right? And that's why this number is important. So the signal that I basically managed to extrapolate from this, first off, major props to Julian as well as Wolvie for having a really cool conversation on the PMI, and they brought it up. I believe it was from one of the excerpts from Lynn Alden's posts, right? It's on the Discord chat. There's a thread in there. You guys can go ahead, join the Discord chat. It's on the public one, so you guys can go ahead and read the entire sort of summary on that. But essentially, I saw a signal on this that has worked out almost 100% to 100%. Okay, so we'll be pulling up that signal right here. Now, the last data point that I have on the PMI came in on March 1st. So yeah, this is a bit lagging as far as live data is concerned on the chart. However, I managed to pull up 2 more data points for you guys. Okay, so this I managed to pull up the data. So apparently in April we got a lower data point on the PMI index, which came in at 55.4, and then we got one more on May, which came in at around 55.9. So what I was essentially looking at here was the oscillators, because essentially I want to see the momentum of these manufacturing activities. Is it going down? Is it coming up? So it's the momentum that I'm looking at, and that's why I pulled up the Stokes on it. All right. And what I noticed, let's get on over to the weekly time frame on here.
And you've marked it out for everyone really well.
Yes.
But Krisha, what I'm gonna ask you to do is just thicken the vertical lines for those who are watching at home on their mobile phones, because they may not be able to see it clearly. So they make it nice and thick for people. So those are all key lines, guys, that you guys want to be keeping an eye on. And Krisha is going to be highlighting the significance of those lines. I think we should take off the 21 EMA to just reduce some confusion. Just keep the chart as clean as possible. I want you guys to...
I have my lines there. That looks like the 21 EMA. But yeah, let's knock that out. Okay, so all you need to know about the PMI index, guys, is that this is a proxy for liquidity in the market. Liquidity is extremely, extremely important in really understanding market cycles, whether it's bullish or it's bearish. All right, so if this is going up, markets are great. All right, people are feeling rich. People want to spend. If this is going down, people are not spending as much. All right, that's how you look at this chart. That's how you sort of decipher the information from here. So let's go ahead and I'm going to take Sean's advice and I'm going to darken these lines on here. All right, if you guys are not following along on any explanation, just mention it in the chat and I'll go over it once again. Alrighty. So now I've marked out these vertical lines. I marked it out all the way to 2008 because, well, Bitcoin was sort of born in 2008, right after the financial crisis. So these are the main data points, the predominant data points that we're going to be looking at here. So the signature that I found on this chart was that every time this PMI sees this turn in momentum, every time we reach a bottom of sorts and we start a brand new fresh cycle.
And this is a cycle, macro cycle in regards to liquidity, right? And how whether the economy is going to go into an expansion state or a contraction state.
Yeah.
Right. So when PMI is declining, guys, the economy is going into a contraction state.
Yes.
Right. And it's a leading indicator on the economy. That's what's really, really important to understand. Because what exactly PMI is, guys, is it's essentially the sentiment of the purchaser managers globally in the corporate world, right? And the purchaser managers are essentially the managers who are making the purchases for the companies, essentially what they're buying and selling, right? Whether they have a small budget or a big budget, they have insights as to why they have a small budget or bad budget. They have insights as to what you guys are feeling as a economy, as the consumers. If you guys aren't looking to buy much, those guys aren't looking to be making lots of purchases from their suppliers, right?
Yes.
So that's why PMI is a leading indicator, because they have the best insight before things actually take place in the market, right? Because if they don't make purchases, guys, regardless of whether you guys want to buy or not, the economy is not going to move.
Yeah.
Right? Think about it, right? There's only so much they'll put on the shelf. So that's why PMI is a leading indicator on the economy. So when it's going down, economy is actually in a contraction state. But when it's going up, economy is expanding. Right. So right now, Krisha is going to tell you guys why this is so important and how it lines up with Bitcoin's bottoms.
Yeah. So we're essentially looking for that turn from contraction state to expansion state, right? That's the turn in the PMI that we're looking for. And those turns usually line up when the stochastics here goes into the bearish zone. So we're looking at sub 20. All right. As soon as it starts breaking that 20 zone and we're coming down, that's when we usually see the turns in that cycle. That's when we go from contraction to expansion. And it's worked out almost every time since 2008. So I've gone ahead, what I've done for you guys, I've gone ahead and I've marked out basically zones on the stochastics where every time that market has basically gone into that bearish sort of momentum range right there, basically below 20. Okay, so I'm looking at that. I've marked it out with a line. Every time the Stokes have passed that 20 region, I've marked it out with a vertical line on the chart. And why have I done that? It's because I've noticed that every time the PMI reaches that zone, that bearish zone, that's when Bitcoin begins to turn in its bearish cycle. That's when the bearish cycle is coming to an end. That is the get ready signal for the Bitcoiners out there. Okay, if you're looking to accumulate Bitcoin, that is your get ready signal. All right, it's telling you that, hey, the market is turning. We're going from a contraction state to an expansion state. This is where you get ready to get those bids in. Alrighty, now I'm going to show you what I've done here is I'm going to take the stochastics and I'm going to plot it on Bitcoin's bear markets. Okay, but before I get onto Bitcoin's bear markets, I want to bring you to the current data point that we're currently on. Okay, which is, so the last data point that we have on this chart came in on Feb. Now like I said, I managed to get 2 additional data points for you. The last one is actually lower than what we currently have on the chart. So based on this lower point, if I have to really put my finger on the stochastics, on that momentum of the market, I'm saying, Sean, that we actually have already sort of crossed into the bearish territory right here.
Do you have the data points on hand by any chance?
Yeah, so I have it right, I've just marked it out on my chart, like
Okay.
to the point.
Okay. Cool.
So
those
we
are
have
the new
one,
data points.
yeah.
And Krisha actually found a table of data points. I think you should show that to them next time if you don't have them on hand.
Okay, yeah.
It would be nice
we
to
can
actually
do
show
that.
it to them.
Right.
Because hey, I don't know. I don't want to trust you. Right? I don't want to trust
So
you.
I can, if you guys want, so what I can do is I can post it on the Discord chat, and also on the next sort of, the next time I bring it up, I will sort of just pull it up on my screen. But right now, the first data point which came in, so this is the month of April. April data point came in at around 55.4, okay? And May's data point came in at around 56.1. Alrighty, so if you guys want to go ahead and mark it on your chart, you can. But based on these two data points that have not reflected on the chart yet, I'm saying that the Stokes have already crossed into that bearish territory right there, telling us that we have received our get ready signal for Bitcoin. Things might be turning. Okay, so now based on this, based on the vertical lines that we have drawn out on this chart, I'm going to go ahead now and pull out Bitcoin's chart, because I want to basically show you how Bitcoin has performed relative to these turns in the market. Every time PMI is crossed into that bearish territory, I want to show you what Bitcoin has done.
Yeah, so zoom out for a quick second for them so that they all see all the major points that you've marked. All right, these are the major points that Krish has marked, right? Now she's going to put on the Bitcoin chart for you guys.
There we go. Alrighty, so now I have the Bitcoin chart right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm essentially just going to keep the Stokes on top.
I like that.
And I'm going to, and now you can see my Bitcoin chart. I'm currently on BLX. Okay, cool, I'm on BLX. Alright, BLX is the chart to go to if you want all the price history for Bitcoin. Alrighty, so now what we're going to do is I'm essentially going to take another vertical line. Alright. And now every time Bitcoin has I'm going to line it up with the vertical lines that I've marked out on the stochastics. Alrighty. So I see that my scale is off here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out a tad bit more. I'm going to get on over to the weekly time frame on this chart. That way you see the bear markets a lot more clearly. Okay, zoom out once again. And let's see if I can just sort of line it up here. Okay, I need to zoom out a bit more as it appears. I need to get every cycle in my purview. Okay, so I believe this data point of 27 October 2008 was not there because Bitcoin, I don't think, hit the chart, so we do not have data for that. However, we do have data on September 11th, so let's go ahead and mark that out. Okay, so this right here was September 11th. I'm going to go ahead, mark it out on my chart, and boom. Okay, this is what Bitcoin was doing on September 11th. So I'm going to first zoom into this data point right here. Okay. Now this was the 2011 bear market. This was Bitcoin's very, very first bear market. September 11th, this is what Bitcoin was doing, Sean. All right. This is the signal that basically told people to get ready. Yes, there could be a bit more downside, but it's not, the alpha on there has pretty much disappeared in a way. All right. This is your get ready signal. If you want to start accumulating, this is the zone where you start accumulating. All right. This is where the turns happen. So this was the bear market of 2011. When was the next bear market that came in? The next bear market that came in was 2015, all right? Once again, I'm going to zoom out and let's go ahead and mark out 2015 based on the stochastics that I've marked out right here on my chart. Alrighty. Let me just go and zoom out a bit. 2015 is right here. Boom. Oops. And there we go. June 2015. So after the 2011 bear market, the next bear market came in in 2015. I want you to notice how Bitcoin's bear markets also are in line with the expansion and contraction of the manufacturing index.
Yep.
Right? Think about that. It sits in line with the expansion and contraction of the manufacturing index, which once again, guys, is a proxy for liquidity in the market. That
Globally.
liquidity is always going to be the dictating factor. It's where the money's at. How fast is the money flowing?
In fact,
how fast is it flowing? That is your basically that one value that will dictate where's the market sitting at. Is the market feeling good? Are the markets running? Or are we contracting right now? Right?
So zoom out again, let them see both, right? So far she's marked out 2 turning points on the stochastics, right? And how they line up on Bitcoin's markets, right? So what have you marked out so far, Krisha?
So I've marked out 2011, so
2011.
September, yeah. So when we looked at when the
cool.
Stokes crossed underneath 20, September 2011, and then it happened once again on June 2015. That's when we had the last contraction.
So let's line it up now, okay? Like this. So these are the two, essentially. Okay,
yeah.
Perfect. So they can visualize it, you know? Cool.
Alrighty, so now the next one after 2015, we got it on Feb 2019. Let's go ahead and mark that one out as well. And boom.
Right. Perfect.
Feb 2019.
So now we can line up all three of them, and you guys can see now. You guys can all see how it's lining up with massive accumulation zones of Bitcoin cycles, right? Massive accumulation zones. Okay, and this isn't just a random coincidental indicator, guys. Firstly, remember that we like to use multiple techniques to find these massive accumulation opportunities for all of us in the community. Secondly, understand that this is a macro signal that is a leading indicator. On other channels, you're going to go ahead and find people who are looking at lagging indicators, right? And if you zoom into those, you're going to see that you missed most of the cycle, especially when you're looking at massive things like MACD, right? Accumulation distribution, etc. A lot of people look at those things. They've been looked at for like multiple cycles, but those are always lagging, right? Over here, the PMI is a global macro leading indicator because it's telling you the liquidity conditions in the market, right? Without liquidity, guys, can you buy anything? You can't buy anything, right? It's the same story with the big players, okay? It's the same story with the macro funds. Even investors who are looking to invest their money with hedge funds are suffering from the same liquidity conditions as everyone. Because if I'm an investor and I have poor liquidity, who's the first one who's going to really have a bird's eye view into it? It's the purchasers manager, the purchaser managers, right? So their sentiment is a leading indicator on the market, right? And you see that reflect on Bitcoin's bull and bear markets too. Right? Now, here's the interesting thing, right, Krisha? Bitcoin tends to bottom out, right? And even Lynn Alden specified this on her really beautifully written article that is on the Discord chat that we have had a great discussion between Wolvie, Julian, who started the thread. Go ahead and join the thread if you guys have. Join the Discord if you guys haven't yet. themangoway.com/Discord. Lynn Alden said that, hey, Bitcoin tends to bottom out before PMI bottoms out, and then Bitcoin goes sideways. I found that really interesting. And then we look at the chart, Krisha, that's what happens. Remember, guys, when things bottom out, they go into a compression state. Okay, volatility tends to compress, and that's what we are seeing even on the dashboard. Krisha, could you zoom into the dashboard real quick, all two, right? We've been talking about this for a few days now, right? Volatility has compressed on the daily, Krisha, daily time frame. Now it's gone up a tad bit, but it's still at blue. Remember, we're sitting at around 15, then we're up to 22, and now it's at 33. We've been calling for an expansion of volatility because compression leads to sideways, then expansion, right? So keep an eye out for this. And now we currently have a poll on the live chat, guys. There's a poll on the live chat saying, do you guys think Bitcoin is in an accumulation or distribution? Only 75 of you have voted yet, voted so far. I want more of you guys to vote and let me know what your thoughts are.
Can I vote?
I think so. But yeah, so Krisha, you can go back to the charts now.
Alrighty.
Cool. So yeah, so far, have we marked every signals? Okay, we've marked 3 big signals, right, that have happened in the PMI before. Now, Krisha, go ahead and mark the most recent signal that we might be putting in. Remember, this is not confirmed yet. We'll go ahead and show you guys the updated data on tomorrow's stream. But we can go ahead and mark it out now. Again, line up everything, Krisha, for people's visual.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this out with a yellow line right here.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So currently on the Stokes, I'm going to plot in another vertical line, basically back in right here. And I'm going to mark out a vertical line on Bitcoin's chart as well. So the PMI, guys, is monthly data. It comes out once every month. All right, so we've yet to see the 2 most recent data points reflect on the chart, but I'm sure that we'll be getting that very, very soon. And as soon as we have those data points, it will reflect on the Stokes. So I will be keeping a very, very close eye out on the data when we get those fresh points. I mean, I've already got the points for you, but I want to see how the Stokes reflect those points. And that's why I'm going to be keeping a close eye out on it. As far as, well, the recent PMI data is concerned, as well as price action right now, considering that we have 1 lower data point, in fact 2 lower data points compared to what we currently have on this chart, I'm saying that we have actually crossed below that 20 mark, that bearish 20 mark on the Stokes, okay, which I've basically marked out right here with a circle. So what I'm going to do is, and now if I just go ahead and mark out price action where we're currently at, this is that juncture. This is essentially telling me that get ready. Because like Sean just mentioned, the thesis here is that Bitcoin leads the bottoming of the PMI. So Bitcoin is first going to bottom out first before PMI bottoms out. Alrighty, and this is why this is going to be, this current juncture might just be the get ready signal. The bearish side is getting frothy, and we might be seeing a turn in terms of just entire liquidity conditions from contraction to expansion. Alrighty, and that's why I genuinely believe that the alpha on the short side is disappearing. It's getting very, very thin.
Yeah, and we'll be talking about that soon too. I've closed out my shorts on my altcoins. We'll be talking about Bitcoin dominance and some interesting things going on there with the altcoins as well. But we'll wrap up the stream with that. So if you guys are interested in altcoins, we don't want to waste time. If you guys aren't, let us know in the chat right now whether you guys are interested in altcoins or not. Okay, spam alts yes, or just alts. If you guys are interested in just a quick rundown on the altcoin market. We won't be going into any particular altcoins, maybe a couple, but in general, I want to talk about Bitcoin dominance, crypto, altcoin market cap. So, Krisha, you've marked out some really nice vertical lines now. Could you zoom out for everybody and show them the bottomings on the chart, please? Right. So again, guys, I want you guys to keep an eye on this. Okay, Krisha, line them all up.
So you want us to bring up the
I want you to, but first line up all the stochastics one more time. Or line up the verticals with the stochastics.
Okay,
right?
Let's go.
So I want you guys to see how perfect that has been, guys. I want you guys to all see how perfect this is. Are you guys all understanding what Krisha just marked out in regards to PMI? Okay, we're seeing a lot of alts. Perfect, good. So we will talk about Bitcoin dominance later in the stream. But I want you guys to all let me know, are you guys understanding the relationship between PMI and Bitcoin? Yes or no? Remember, Mango, we're educational first. So it's very important for us to know whether you guys are understanding this. We got only one yes so far. Julian is saying yes as well. Cool. By the way, Krisha, this was an absolute terrific find by you. Major props.
Yeah, I just wish I did a better job in explaining it. I'm a bit tired today. But perhaps when the fresh data points come in, I'm going to give it another shot for those of you who did not understand. But be honest, guys, because this is going to be, this is edge. This right here is edge, just understanding this. And someone mentioned, once again, I'm going to bring that comment up all the way on the top, right? That, what's his name? Brad, I think. No signal. He said there's no signal on any asset that trumps world events. This PMI chart, guys, is a reflection into world events. It's a reflection into the money that's flowing right now in our markets. Is the money even there? Right? And that's why we have cycles, contraction and expansion cycles. That's why this is important. This is the fundamentals. You're seeing my PMI chart. This is the fundamentals on a chart. That's how you look at it. All right, so these cycles are important. So let me know if there's anything you did not understand.
Cool. So with that now, guys, I think we should line this up now. So remember, we like to look for confluence over here at the Mango Grove, right? So let's go ahead and now use a very simple accumulation technique, right? That we listed out for you guys last week in regards to, we're looking at BLX already, right? Yeah, so we're going to pull up only the 200 exponential moving average.
Let's bring that up.
Hide everything else. And we're going to go through that exercise, guys. Going to go through it one more time for you guys, okay? And it's a very simple exercise. What we said is this: hey, listen, let's mark out the 200 exponential moving average first, okay, on the Bitcoin weekly chart, okay, 200 exponential on the Bitcoin weekly. And what you guys are seeing over there, Krisha's purple line, okay, the purple indicator, that's the 200 exponential moving average. We're using exponential over here instead of the simple, is because we're not looking for a hard resistance line or support line. We are looking for a reactive line, and the exponential is more reactive than the simple. I've done a very simple alpha video for you guys where I explain exponential versus simple, okay? And there's a golden nugget within that video, so go watch it, okay? Write a note down, okay? For you, all of you, write a note down. I need to watch Sean's exponential versus simple moving average video, okay? Watch that video. But for now, for this video, for this stream, all you guys need to know is that this is what we're doing for the experiment. We're going to be taking the 200 exponential moving average, we're marking 20% above it, 20% below it, and we are saying that we are going to accumulate in this zone, okay? This is the bear market accumulation zone. Let's see how that lines up You guys are already getting an idea, but let's see how that lines up with Krisha's PMI find.
Okay, so I've done everybody a favor here, and I've already sort of I've marked it on boxes so I can just sort of toggle it on. That way it looks cool.
Brilliant.
So I have it, as you can see. Can you guys see the right? Okay, maybe the chat box is on there, so you may not see it, but I have my little object tree right there. I have 2015, 2018, and 2022, which has been our current sort of bear markets that we have relative to the 200 exponential moving average, of course. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first start off with this 2015 bear market. Okay, let's go ahead and zoom into this price action right here, shall we? There we go. This, guys, was the 2015 bear market. 2015 bear market. Now let's go ahead, take 20% on top of the 200 exponential moving average and 20% below the 200 exponential moving average. And what does that look like? Boom. That's what that looks like.
Perfect.
Take a good look at it. Yep. Go ahead and do it on your chart. Go ahead and do it on your chart.
So that was the entire accumulation zone.
Yes,
right?
That was the accumulation zone for Bitcoin.
Okay, now zoom out.
Okay, let's zoom out of this.
And let's see how that panned out for you guys. Okay, Krisha, I want you to take the percent gain if you accumulate it from the middle of the accumulation zone. Let's say you got the middle of the zone, right, on average.
All right, let's take it from here.
Yeah, somewhere there.
Okay.
Yeah. To the top. Okay, but let's assume now that you didn't sell the top. Okay, let's say you made a horrible sell and sold halfway through the cycle. Where would you be selling? You'd be selling somewhere around there, right?
At 2,100.
Okay, so what's your gain? You made a horrible sell. You sold at $2,000, and your gain was
867%.
And this is assuming you guys sold at 2,000. Bitcoin 10x'd after that. Bitcoin 10x'd after that, going to 20,000. Okay, I want to drill this into your minds over and over again. Okay. Okay, cool. Krisha, let's do the next one.
Okay. Now the next one, the next bear market, guys, came in March 2019. Not March, basically that whole, the first quarter of 2019, right? So let's go on to this region right here. That was that last bear market that we had, right? That was the bear market that changed my life. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom into this price action. Let's go ahead, zoom right into this. Why is my thing not working? Come on, Krisha, just click it. There we go. That was the bear market. Alrighty. And now let's go ahead and turn on basically 20% over the 200 exponential moving average and 20% under the 200 exponential moving average. And what does that look like? And there we go. Okay, that's what that looks like, guys. And all you really had to do is, if you looked at this as accumulation zones and you said, you know what, I'm going to keep it very, very mango for myself. And I'm gonna basically take this idea and I'm gonna accumulate in these zones. How did you perform? Now, once again, let's go ahead and zoom out of this chart and let's see how you performed if you just followed a very, very simple rule, right? And that's why systems and these sort of very simple rules on the macro landscape can really help you, right? Let's go ahead, zoom out of this. How did you do? Now, I like to believe that the last bull market, guys, started as soon as Bitcoin actually broke this zone. All right, this over here was the COVID outlier event that affected the entire world. This was one sort of intermediate bear cycle on the macro scheme, right? Trends move in minor, intermediate, and major moves. This was an intermediate move in a major trend. That's how I want you to look at it. So once again, the last bull market, Sean, started as soon as we broke out at this juncture. Now, once again, let's see how you performed. If I just even assume that, you know what, you didn't catch the bottom. Instead, you caught 4,165, okay? Basically, let's just take the midpoint. And let's take it to 60K. What was your performance on that? 1,470%.
That's considering you sold the top. Let's say you sold the middle, a horrible sell. And that would be you selling into last year's or last cycle's resistance, which is fair. Last cycle's previous high, which is fair, but it would also mean that you did not have lots of conviction in Bitcoin breaking the high, right? And at that point, that was the point to get excited, in my opinion. So selling over there would have been a very rare thing to do, in my opinion. You can see prices drifted through. Very few sellers, a lot of buyers, right? So again, and let's not forget, Krisha, zoom out again for everyone. Both of these zones that you've marked out have lined up with what? the turning points of the PMI cycle.
Exactly. I wanted to
right?
bring that up at the end, but
No, we need to bring it up like as we go, so we drill it into their minds, Krisha.
yeah.
That's what we want over here. We don't want to shock and awe everyone over here. We're not like the other channels. Our goal is one thing and only one thing: to protect all of them and to teach them. All right. So let's forget the shock and awe. Let's teach. Okay. I want you guys to see what's going on over here. There's confluence.
Confluence with the turning of the PMI. Remember, the first bullish signal was the PMI turns, the turn in manufacturing, the turn in that liquidity. Okay, and that is lining up with these zones right now. Think of the confluence. Think of that macro juicy confluence. I'm like, this makes me so happy to see it on a chart, just depicted visually.
And
Right?
where did the COVID cycle bounce off? Again, that same zone that we marked prior,
Yeah,
right?
look at that.
Same zone.
Let's go ahead and zoom into that. Right?
Right.
This was that entire zone.
In fact, you can.
This
we
was
can
the COVID
yeah.
dump. Guys, it literally can be this simple if you just plan it ahead, right? And avoid the entire mindset of catching bottoms. No one, like, don't
Is there a
focus on
reason?
that.
There's no reason to try to catch the perfect bottom, and that's what I want to drill into your minds over here. Right? There's a good time to buy, good time to be selling. You don't need to catch perfect bottoms or perfect tops. Remember, Mango over here, we turned bearish on Bitcoin at only around 58K, right? At the time, by the way, it seemed like a very late time to go bearish on Bitcoin, around 57K-ish, right? Because Bitcoin went all the way up to 66K, and we were bullish there.
Yeah.
But we kept it very simple. Like, we lose the 4-day 21 EMA, something around there. Right? Go back and watch the old videos. Beginning to forget. But it was the dynamic, the 4-day 21 EMA, etc., etc. Confluence, lost those levels, we are bearish. Then lost the monthly 10 SMA, we are bearish. Looking for monthly 21 EMA, right? Lost the monthly 21 EMA, sold all our altcoins as well. Sold, no interest in taking long Bitcoin positions, and started shorting altcoins. Krisha shorted Luna, made a killing. Now she's taking me out for steak dinners every 3 days, right? Life can't be that simple. So, Krisha, now the final one. Okay, remember, we marked out the PMI over there too. Okay, the most recent PMI turning point.
The vertical lines are PMIs, okay? The PMI turning point, the liquidity turning point, the market going from a contraction state to expansion state. Contraction bearish, expansion bullish. All right, so that is the vertical lines. Now let's go ahead and look at the current juncture that price is in. This is the most important one. This is why it is important that you get ready. Fix your mindset. It's very, very difficult to switch. It's like a switch, right? From bearish to bullish. But you got to do it. You got to make a hard decision sometimes, right? But always approach it with a plan. And so now this is one of the plans, right? Just having a cool zone for yourself. 20% over the exponential moving average and 20% under the exponential moving average. What does that look like right now on this current juncture that we're in? Let's go ahead and we'll switch that on. And boom. That's what that looks like. And once again, guys, if PMI actually, once those 2 data points comes out on PMI, and I actually truly believe that we've crossed in that bearish territory. This lines up there too.
So explain what you mean by bearish territory. Does that mean bearish for the markets? Remember, this is where we might be confusing people, right?
No.
It's crossed into bearish territory. Does that mean that they should be selling?
When momentum essentially has really boiled down to those very, very low numbers. Okay, when
So
momentum on the PMI has come to a bottoming sort of zone.
It's a leading indicator, right?
It's a leading indicator, and it's come to that bottoming zone. That's when it basically gives us a signal that, hey, we're about to get a turn in the liquidity cycle from a zone of contraction to expansion in the market. All right, we want to see the liquidity flow, that juice flow again, where everyone starts feeling rich.
Exactly. So
Okay.
what have you, again, explain to everyone, what have you've turned on the red zone here, but what is it? You said, boom, that's what that looks like, but what is it? Firstly, it's an accumulation zone, guys. Secondly, it's 20% above, 20% under. Krisha, I want you to explain it to them. I'm going to teach, while Krisha teaches you, guys, I'm going to teach Krisha how to teach, right? So let's go. 20% over, 20% under, and that is an accumulation zone that we are marking out for you guys, that lines up with the PMI turning points. Now this current horizontal that you're seeing, vertical line, this yellow line. Krisha, do you have the stochastics open?
Let's go ahead. On the PMI, right?
Yeah. I think you do. You just need to.
There we go.
Yeah, there
Wow.
you go. So on the top over there, what you guys are seeing is not Bitcoin stochastics. Not Bitcoin stochastics. That's the stochastics of the PMI cycle. Okay, so actually, Krisha, let's zoom and show them the entire chart again. I want them to all remember, because they might get confused and be like, hey, this is the stochastics for Bitcoin. No, it's not. It's not. This is stochastics for the PMI chart. Okay, and that Krisha's marked out. Now again, Krisha, go back and zoom back into the Bitcoin. Like so go back to your previous view. Yeah, perfect. Now zoom out and line up the red zones and the stochastics all together.
All right. It's lined up, right? Can we just do
All
this?
of them,
Basically,
all of
okay,
them,
all
all
of
of
them.
them.
Oh my goodness! Alrighty.
Come, so difficult for her to do. Let's go.
There we go.
There we go. Tell me, do you guys like this view, or do you guys like the zoomed in view? What do you like? Are you guys understanding this? Come on.
Do not be embarrassed. There is no dumb question here. Just ask away. Just ask away.
I hit the lottery with Krisha. Easy Shotter's asking, where do you find this woman, Sean? Where are these girls who are interested in TA and money markets? I hit the lottery with her. You guys have no idea. She's one of the biggest reasons why I got so pushed into the markets to begin with. I was hardcore focused only on the fundamentals. Krisha was the first one really to point out to me that there's something going on the charts in terms of technical analysis, and that these patterns work, and these moving Krisha was the moving average king when we began, right? The queen rather. She was using this while I was like reading into white papers and everything. She's like, no, I'm just buying BNB over here at $1. In fact, prior to $1, she got her first BNB at 80 cents, right? She was doing TA far before me, guys. So I hit the lottery with her. You guys have no idea how lucky I am. You guys have... it's
Make me blush.
yeah, but it's true, though. It's true. Yeah, James, you'll be able to watch the live stream later for sure.
These are cool things. These are very, very cool. I personally really like the turning of markets.
Yeah.
There's so much to learn just from the turn alone.
Yeah.
We can plot this, guys,
Yeah.
when we get to our next bull rally, and, you know...
Yeah.
I want you guys to be there too when we actually hit the top of the next bull run.
I want you guys to be with us.
Be with us there too, because we're essentially going to point out where the market turns there
and
too.
if you guys aren't in the Discord yet, now's the time to join, because we will be closing out the Discord during the bull market. All right, Krisha, let's do one last thing on your current view. Okay, no zooming in, no zooming out. Stick over here, and I want you to mark out the percent gains if you bought from the middle of the accumulation zone, somewhere around approximate, and you sold 75% into the cycle. Okay, so no longer 50%. So on average, yeah, let's say you guys dollar cost sell into the bull market. Okay, like how usually your long-term holders who accumulate, right, they sell on the way up. So let's say you guys keep selling a little bit, and you sold 75% into the top of the cycle. Mark it out with your price range data thing. Do you know what I'm talking about, Krisha? Not the ruler, the price range.
Go ahead, grab the mouse.
Okay, I'm gonna do it for you guys. Let's get this mic right here.
I'll scooch.
All right. So how should we just do the streams like this moving forward? Like why not? Why not? Right? Why not? Okay, let's do this. Let's. And you guys have no idea, by the way, how fun this is to do. Okay, so let's say we are here. Okay, and what we're going to do is mark out around 75% of this range over here, so which would be somewhere around this. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and just draw in a horizontal, and then we're going to pull this down to here. Okay, so you would have had a 3,682%.
That's pretty sweet. That's
Right.
neat, guys.
Okay, now let's do it again. Okay, halfway through the range, we're going to go to the all-time highs. Okay, and then we're going to take the measuring tool, and again, oops, I kind of messed up there. Use the wrong tool. My bad. Okay, so we'll just approximate it. Okay, so this is the range, and we're going to take around 75%. That would have been somewhere around here, and then we bring the range down. Right? So that's a good 810%. Okay, and let's say we do the next one now from somewhere around here. So far we've had 3,600% and 800%, right? So you can see the last cycle didn't really run as much.
No.
Right? Not as much at all. So let's say now the next cycle runs even less. Now I'm being very pessimistic here. Guys, we are taking a pessimistic view. We're saying, hey, we run only 400%. Okay, what does that put Bitcoin at? Wait, am I reading that right?
115,000.
Okay, yeah, that 115,000, right? Okay.
You read 1 million?
I did read 1 million. I did read 1
That'd be
million.
nice, eh,
Yeah.
guys?
But
Next
it
cycle.
made no sense, right? Okay, so this could line up. Okay, let's say we go to $115,000, $140,000, and then this is if Bitcoin temporarily bottoms over here, surprises everyone leading into the end of the year. Okay, we're forecasting here, and this is really not something that we usually like to do, because kind of putting your finger in the wind over here, right? Like licking a finger and be like, yeah, feels like we're getting to 115,000. Because we don't time tops, we don't time bottoms. We use actual objective indicators like we used over here, okay, to get a good gauge. So let's say we come around here. Let's forecast backwards now, because I am predicting that around 2023-ish, beginning of year to mid-year, we are not going to see the best of times. So let's say up until 2023 September-ish, we may not see the best of times, especially with the way the Fed has been kind of maneuvering. We could see Bitcoin come up to 115,000-ish. Oh. Right? So let's say we stretch it out as long as we can, and we're looking for 2023 mid, right? Topping. And then we see Bitcoin actually do something like this. Okay, and now we're leading into next year, mid. Bitcoin's halving. Remember, the dip into Bitcoin's halving, guys, is usually one of the best buys you can have.
Note, write that down if you have to.
So again, this is kind of putting our finger up in the wind, because we really want to see more signals on the chart. But I do want to indicate something. I want to point out something that's also lining up, Krisha. Are you guys all following along? I should turn off this mic to avoid the echo. I want you guys to think back to one of other Krisha's big fractals that she talked about, which is the Amazon fractal, Krisha. Remember what you were talking about, which was essentially the M-like formation breaking down.
Why don't we clear the chart out? I think it's getting too liney up there.
No, I don't think we should clear the chart out. I think we should save the chart forever. In fact, we can just use a brand new chart.
Yeah, you can use a brand new chart for this then.
Let's do BLX. Quick tip for you guys: if you guys are looking for a fresh chart, just take your BLX and multiply it by a number and divide it by the same number, right? It will do, what is that? It will do the math for you guys, and boom.
Abracadabra.
So now, remember, we marked out this area already for you guys. You guys know that this is a turning point, potential turning point area. But we also had another fractal a while ago, where Krisha found something on, I think, 2009, 2010,
no,
Amazon, earlier, 2001. So after 2001, Amazon put in a very similar fractal, where it put in an M-like formation, okay? And Krisha was talking about this M-like formation and Amazon fractal before we broke down, by the way. She said we're going to break down, break the neckline, but not see the continuation. This would not happen, is what she said. Instead, we would see accumulation here, and we'd break back up. And what is that lining up with? Okay, that's lining up with our BLX. Do you have it here? Accumulation zone and this chart that we just drew. So just this again, we need the signals. And what was the big number that I told you guys about on the last live stream? Everyone, do you guys remember the number? I want all of you to spam the number on the chat.
What's the number? Let's see. Good job, Sean.
Okay.
Sean is a natural teacher. I kid you not, guys. He's been teaching me since I was in high school, and it's been a very long time since high school.
There we go. We have a few people remembering the number.
Thank you, John, and thank you, Easy Shoda. Thank you for all the beautiful, wonderful.
So until that we got 37K. Krisha, come on, what's the number?
Gonna spam it. 37K. Come on, guys, spam it. Let's go.
37K. So until we actually clear $37,000, I don't want you guys to get too excited for any big macro run. All right? 37K is going to be the first line in the sand where we come and reevaluate things. All right? Until that, remember, even me, I have sold calls at 37K, okay? And I'll be making money on that as long as we stay within 37K for another week, right? It's a very, very easy trade. I'm going to keep doing that for the next 2 weeks. Well, another week now. This buy week, my thesis for this for these first 2 weeks of the month was we're going to stay underneath 37K. We're going to stay above 25K. And hey, what do you know? It's playing out. This is why I love options, guys. You can literally trade non-movement. Like, hey, Bitcoin can do whatever nonsense it wants in the middle, right? But I'm going to trade the fact that it's not going to break 37K. It's not going to break 25K. Call me a pessimist, but I think it's 36.5K. Yeah, it's somewhere around there, man. You don't got to be exact, all right, Corey? All right. Candice is here too. Good to see you, Candice. 37. Brilliant. Okay, now let's talk about the poll, Krisha. We got our votes in, and while the stream was going on, the numbers were fluctuating. We were at 80% accumulation initially, moved down to 75%, and now we are sitting at 69%, a really, really key number, 69. Distribution being, we just went up to 70 now. Damn it. But
yeah. Maybe some people haven't voted yet, right? So just go ahead and vote. Tell us what you think.
What are your thoughts so far on, I want your thoughts on the poll.
On the poll? My thoughts on the results of the poll?
Do you think our audience should be counter-traded, or do you think we have a sophisticated,
I think we have
smart audience?
I'd like to think that we have a sophisticated audience. I think you guys are the cream up there, and I'm not saying that as a bias, but just by looking at the conversations that take place in the Discord chat, I mean, I can't help but think that you guys are, you guys have your wits about you, and more importantly, you guys have a holistic sort of view on what's happening out there right now. I like the fact that people are coming in with fundamental news to sort of bolster even their technical analysis and how markets sort of play out. I think these are very, very important. Fundamentals has its place, and technicals also has its place. They often tie in with each other, right? And you get very powerful as a trader, as an investor, when you understand both aspects.
Everyone's like, Krisha's awkward eye contact when Sean said 69. She just got it. She just didn't understand. There you go, guys. I know this girl.
Oh, God. Bye. Thank you so much. Hugs from Scotland.
All right, Krisha. I think how long have we've been on the stream? I think we should wrap up with Bitcoin dominance. Okay, everyone voted alts. Are you guys all understanding our big macro signal over here? There's one last thing that I would like to talk to you guys about. Do you guys want another macro signal? One more macro signal? I have many, by the way. I have many. One more big indicator. Macro indicator. I'm not referring to the macro markets. I'm talking about Bitcoin's long-term indicators. Do you guys want one more, or do you guys want to jump into alts? The polls are in. We got 153 votes. I'm going to put in another poll, or should we just have you guys spam? Alts or Bitcoin long-term signal? Alts or Bitcoin? This BTC or alts? One of those two words.
Bitcoin or alts? BTC or alts? Let's go. Spam it. Tell us what you want. Binary. DePage says Bitcoin. BTC.
We gotta allow Mock to set up polls.
BTC. Alts. BTC. Alts. Wow.
I love our audience. All right, guys. This is what I want you to be doing, Krisha. Okay, let's keep this chart here. Okay, again, BLX. We're gonna go do BLX, multiply by 22, divided by 22. Do the thingy I taught you. Cool. Star. 22. Divided by 22. Alright, we're going to come back to your BLX chart. Now clear this out. I'm going to switch to the monthly. Okay. I want you to turn on only the green 55 EMA. Okay. Turn everything off. One of the big signals for me that turned me ultra bullish on Bitcoin on the 3K region, guys, when I actually started doing videos on this channel. Okay, because everyone was ignoring this. If you guys go to YouTube during that period, okay, I can promise you this. If you guys go to YouTube during that period, everyone was bearish. Everyone, even guys that I respected, and it prompted me to start a channel because I'm like, I don't agree with this. I think I want to express my opinion on, I think Bitcoin's going up, and we're going up to probably $13,000. It was that bear trap that flipped on the green 55 there. We bear trapped underneath. That was a bear trap, reversed, retested, off to the goddamn races. It was a bear trap, period. Okay, it was a complete bear trap. Now zoom out, Kusha. I want you to zoom out, and I want you to mark out, just show everyone how the green 55 EMA has been a key. Forget the traps and everything. We can talk. If you guys in the C program and you guys have forgotten the sections on bull traps and bear traps, how to trade them, etc., go ahead and rewatch it. This is your bear market starting time. Study. This is how you turn into goddamn millionaires, by putting in the hard work during the bear market.
Yeah.
All right?
Yes.
The green 55 EMA has been massive accumulation opportunities. Okay, Kusha, what I want you to do now is mark out horizontals. Okay, around the green 55 EMA, somewhere around. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just put it in between the green 55 and price. That's what we're gonna do. In between green 55 and wherever price is. So yeah, up, yeah, somewhere around there, whatever. And do it for each zone. Yeah, smack it right in the middle, and smack it right over here too, in the middle of the wick. It doesn't. We don't want to be perfect. We're not perfectionists here. We are mangoes. All right. So now, if you guys just visualize this, and Kusha, we can do a chart of this. Now switch to the weekly. Okay, and zoom out. Okay, and put on the switch to, add this to your thingy, to your blue list, if you don't mind. Okay, now you can switch between the two BLXs that you have, and you can show them how this lines up with what we've been trading.
How about I just
I was still gonna say that, but I didn't want to complicate.
No, let's do that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna split the screen like I did before. There we go. So essentially, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna fix the scale. Guys, just bear with me. These are all really cool visuals to have when you're trying to make a good sort of when you're trying to get a good read on the market, right? And now let's pull up the proper BLX chart here. Boom. And now what I'm going to do is, so we're currently on the weekly here. This is also the weekly time frame.
Are you guys seeing how all of this confluences?
Right. And there we have it.
Yeah. Let me just adjust that a tad bit.
We can get on over to the monthly if you want a better sort of visual of it.
Oh, right. We should switch this to monthly.
Yeah, let's switch that into, we'll switch both into monthly, actually.
Yeah.
Right?
I like that idea.
There we go. There we go.
So we have shown you now 3 massive macro signals, macro indicators, and how they all line up.
What I can do is actually smack a vertical line just to line it up.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Right, so we have one here.
I like that visual.
Cool.
One there.
One here.
And I'll line up the verticals with both the charts. Boom. You guys seeing that? Did you guys enjoy this? Now, are we saying that Bitcoin's going to bottom right off over here, etc.? No, we're marking out zones for you guys. For those of you who want to be mango. Krisha, what are your thoughts on this? I want to know your thoughts.
I mean, I've been accumulating. I've actually.
I'm like, Krisha, we haven't bought Bitcoin in a while. She's like, what are you talking about? I bought Bitcoin yesterday. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because we've been so busy yesterday. I wasn't even able to be on Discord much yesterday. That I thought, like, there's no way Krisha bought yesterday, but apparently she found the time to buy Bitcoin. Always.
Because I know that emotion, guys, and I'm sure many of you guys have felt this emotion. Chime in if you have. This happened to me in the last few bear markets, in the last bear market, as well as some other bear phases within the macro bull market where I wanted to buy. And, well, what happened was, price came down to a critical level. Price dumped. And I'm like, all right, it's there. Now it's there for a week. It's there for a week and a few days. I'm like, I got time. I can put it off. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it in an hour. I'll put it off. And then out of the blue, very suddenly, spike, right? There's a rally. There's the next pump that comes in. And it's not an ordinary pump, guys. It's a pump to break that prevailing volatility. It's a pump that you're like, oh, shit. Yep. I missed it. I could have bought here, but I didn't because I wasted freaking time. And that's when people start getting up, when the pump comes in. And I don't know about you, but it hurts. I'm just like, shit, I wanted to buy. Why didn't I buy? Right? So I never want to go through that feeling. That's why I told myself I'm going to keep it very simple. Like, we're busy, extremely busy with things outside of Mango. And I said, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm just going to, I love this level. I like what I'm doing. I like what Bitcoin is doing here. And so I'm going to just every day buy. Keep it simple.
And remember what Krisha just mentioned in regards to volatility. We started the stream off with that for a reason. Because if you guys don't understand how volatility compresses and then suddenly expands, you will be caught in the dust, guys. Okay?
Yes.
You'll have this like freaking mud in your face while Bitcoin's zooming away. So be very careful. Kusha, dashboard, show them the volatility signal right now. The volatility is compressing. Compression leads to expansion. Once that number starts turning, it's not going to, like, guys, it's been blue for so long that it's going to jump up to freaking red suddenly. It's not going to go to orange. Right, so be very, very careful, and we're going to be asking you to trade a direction, because remember, right now I'm trading directionless in terms of my leverage trades, right? Yes, it's the options market, but in my opinion, the options market is a leverage trade on your spot market. But that being said, we are accumulating. Remember, we have separate accounts for accumulation and separate accounts that we trade. You guys shouldn't be mixing the two either. Okay, so with that, I think we should be going to altcoins. Are you guys all ready for alts, or should we be doing class dismiss? One of the two. Alts or dismiss?
1 week till Fed meeting, though. Another 50. The Fed is already, I think the Fed sort of released the main sort of crux of their news, which was tightening. And think about it. We're in a backdrop of tightening. And look at what the charts are doing right now.
Everyone's screaming alts. Candace too. Candace is like, alts. Alrighty. So Krisha, let's go on over to Bitcoin dominance. I think I want to start with that because I want to inform you guys that I've closed out my short positions. I do not have any short position in altcoins anymore. I'll be sitting back for a tad bit. Again, I'm not saying alts may not dump. They may. But if they do dump over here, I don't think there's much edge to be had. I think I've squeezed out whatever I can. Krisha squeezed out the most with her Luna trade. If you guys did miss Krisha's Luna trade and you guys are new over here, you guys should really go back and watch her Luna videos and watch the evolution of how she turned from bullish to bearish, put on her trade. She was wrong. Here's the beautiful thing about Krisha's trade. She was wrong multiple times and then she made a killing on it. And that's so Mango, right? You do not need to be right on your trade, right? In fact, I read Luna perfectly. In fact, think about it. I read it perfectly, and I didn't make money on the trade. Right? I called the freaking bull trap on the top. Yeah. I called the bounce.
Yeah.
Right? And Krisha got both of those wrong. Yeah. And then when the bounce happened, because she wasn't expecting the bounce, she's like, I'll short it. And she shorted the bounce. Because my thesis was it's going to bounce, but it's going to dump. Because she's like, all right then. She executed.
It's that. It's the execution that's...
You don't need to be right to be making money, guys. That's the beautiful thing about trading. You just need to be aware and execute, right? So go ahead and use Krisha's Luna trade as a huge learning example. She's been killing it this year.
I think there's a lot of good golden nuggets in there, especially since we were both on two different sides of the fence when Luna actually did break out. It's about turning. Don't ever let anyone make you feel bad about changing your sentiment about the market. Don't let anyone ever make you feel bad about that.
All right, Bitcoin dominance, Krisha, what are your thoughts? This is the weekly.
We're currently up against resistance, and that's why I think on your part, I think it's perhaps a good call. It's perhaps a good call on closing out your short, depending on which altcoin you're trading, of course. But I'll say this though, if Bitcoin dominance on the we're currently on the weekly time frame. I think if we actually start breaking this 47.48, and remember now this is percent. This is based on percent, right? You're looking at the entire market capitalization of just cryptocurrencies. We have Bitcoin, we have altcoins. So this is essentially telling you how much of the entire crypto market cap do altcoins really make up. Okay, or rather in this case, how much does Bitcoin make up? Right now, Bitcoin makes up around 47% of the entire cryptocurrency market cap. From 100%, Bitcoin makes up 47% of that. So if this breaks up, so I'm saying if we actually get a close above, and I do believe that this follows TA, I've been playing the altcoins just based on this chart. If we actually break up, close a candle over 47%, I'm saying that Bitcoin is likely going to start rallying towards that 50% dominance. So eyes on that. So Bitcoin is going to...
Do you think it's going to get a rejection here, though? We're already kind of seeing a rejection of this. I think we're seeing it. I think being short altcoins over here against Bitcoin is just being a bit aggressive. But if your trend trading is completely fine, you're looking for the trend. But I think altcoins they've done this to me in the past, where they've bounced against Bitcoin so badly that I've lost Bitcoin gains. And that hurts because your altcoin trade is already a leverage trade on Bitcoin, right? And then, okay, let me put it this way, guys. When you have a short on altcoins and you're collecting Bitcoin because of that short on altcoins, when altcoins do bounce and your Bitcoin bounces as well, right? You're losing Bitcoin against the alts on the short. And Bitcoin's going up in value as well. So you feel like, damn, I've lost so much Bitcoin. But you don't really need, put simply, this is what you guys need to know. If you are expecting a Bitcoin bounce and you're bullish Bitcoin, take your Bitcoin because that's a trade anyways.
Yeah.
Take your Bitcoin profits, right? And that's a trade anyways. Just understand that you're being aggressive. And if you want the aggression, by all means, because you're going for the big win. Because altcoins can really expand your Bitcoin portfolio without you having to be short Bitcoin against fiat, right? Because that's how I look at it. Whenever you sell Bitcoin for fiat, you're short Bitcoin.
Sounds a Bitcoin bull, rightfully so. I'd love to look at that again. But yeah, right now Bitcoin dominance is looking weak on the daily time frame, so might be a good be careful with your altcoins here.
Yeah. We can take a quick look at like some major altcoins. At BTC for example, I think is sitting on weekly support. Ooh, has it broken your support? Oh, that's mine. That's my chart on your thingy. Yeah. So you can pull up a new chart if you want, or you could just delete my lines.
Just gonna delete your squigglies. It's alrighty. It's alright.
Has it broken? I don't think it has broken, right? No.
I feel like there's too much of a bias on this chart with the head and shoulders, so I'm just gonna knock this off.
Oh, so much pain. I'm feeling so much pain. Jesus, you could have easily pulled up a brand new chart, but you decided to delete all my horizontals.
It's all right. We can draw them back in. But yeah, currently on support, Bitcoin at BTC at 0.05 sats. So be careful. We are currently sitting on support, and I think this is pretty it's appears to be holding true across the board for the most part on many of the altcoins against the Bitcoin pairings. So be careful if you're looking to short here, because there's a good chance that the altcoins are currently sitting on support.
Yeah. So that's Ethereum BTC. Let's look at Sol BTC as well. Right, and you can see that major red horizontal. I'm not too keen on like holding on to a short over there, considering the way we are sitting up against Bitcoin dominance. As you guys know, I did have a short on Solana. I've taken my profits on that. I'm no longer short Solana. I'll wait for it to bounce and take the trade, or I'll wait for it to break that horizontal and then take a trade. I'm looking at the big, thick pink horizontal right over there, guys.
Yeah. Remember, guys, currently on support. You do not want to be shorting into support. Bad idea.
All right. Any other major altcoins that you guys want to look at? Like, let's look at ADA BTC. like again, I'm not too keen on shorting any alts. I don't know whether ADA is looking weak, but the ADA is actually bouncing, right? There you go. Like, I'm not keen on shorting alts at the moment. You gotta be able to change your opinion. Like a few days ago, I'm holding on to my shorts. No, actually last week, holding on to my shorts. This week, not so much. Bitcoin dominance has reached its major level.
Yeah, guys, Cardano too.
That's the thing,
Smack
easy
on
shorter.
support.
You don't want to be looking at ETH holding its USD values. You want to be looking at what's going on with their BTC values, because you want to be taking the least riskiest trade for the return that you're getting. And at the moment, if Bitcoin's giving you good returns and better returns than altcoins, there's no reason to be risking yourself on alts. Alts are a riskier trade until proven otherwise. And if they're not giving you better returns, there's no point to put on that risk.
Yeah, guys, Cardano currently sitting on support against Bitcoin. Careful, careful, careful.
All right, I think we should wrap up over there now, Kusha. I think any final thoughts? Do you want to just go over Bitcoin one last time and anything on the lower time frame?
Let's see. Bitcoin, as far as the red box territory is concerned, that I have been talking about, still currently in that red box territory, holding it as support. So be careful. Do not jump the gun on any of these things. Getting back on over to the weekly time frame, as you can see, we've respected it so freaking well. We start closing weeklies, guys, about 31.5k. We're rallying. Okay, it enters a brand new sort of zone of price action, wherein the next region, the next sort of target I'll be looking for, only comes in at around $35,000. Okay, so be careful here. Bitcoin's still consolidating in the zone, and as you can see, we brought up some amazing bullish signatures. Of course, this video will be, well, published on the main YouTube channel. So if you guys want to go back and maybe pull it up and maybe, you know, start taking notes, you most definitely can do that. You were saying?
There's a Bitcoin underneath 21 under 21 discount code for C program, as well as the indicator. So make sure you guys take advantage of that.
Yeah, so you can, I believe it is in the description. The coupon code is in the description. You can just copy paste it. We've done that.
21% discount. So essentially, as long as Bitcoin's underneath the 21 EMA on the monthly, the reason we are mentioning it again is because, again, as soon as Bitcoin closes over the monthly 21 EMA, this discount code is no longer active. 1% discount.
So that's Sean's $37,000 region.
Yeah, that's the $37,000.
That's the $37,000 region. So once it's back up over 37K, guys, the coupon code expires. Okay, just a heads up. Let's go. Let's look at the chat. Julian says, if Hinman was speaking in a personal capacity, then they can't also say that. Any advice given to him by their lawyers? What is, okay, perhaps you're talking about or talking to someone else, rather. And yes, if Bitcoin starts ticking up, guys, I'm going to expect the altcoins to follow suit. Okay, so heads up on that. Usually the markets move together. It's just the momentum of the move that varies. And if you're trying to figure out, hey, which one is going to have a bigger move, that's where the Bitcoin dominance chart is going to help you. Is it going to be the altcoins or is it going to be Bitcoin?
Okay, I'll put up one last poll for you guys while we wrap up. Are we going to be closing this week red or green? What do you guys think? This week, red or green?
Okay, I'm voting. Can I vote? Damn it. Can't vote.
Green with a long wick, says Samson. Nice. Kusha, what are your thoughts this week? Green or red?
Green.
Green. Confidence, eh? What's your confidence rating on that?
70.
7 on 10. All right. Let's ask this question to be a little bit more, to have a little bit more clarity, especially for the audience. What does Bitcoin need to close above to close green? What's the key number that we're looking for? Bitcoin needs to close above, I think 30,000 ish. No, the open. You're looking
So
at the
yeah, we're looking at the open. It's around 29,900.
Okay, so we need to close around 30,000 to close green. Okay, now that's the first question. You guys all think Bitcoin's going to close green. Will Bitcoin close about 32,000, Grisha? And what's your confidence rating?
Oh, damn, that's
Is
hard.
that your top of your red box as well?
Yeah, it is. It is 31.5 is the top of the red box.
Okay, do we close above that?
No. We close green, but it's tough questions, Sean.
Tough questions. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 12-hour Ichimoku setup.
Yeah, I was just gonna do that actually. This is Sean actually called this one to the freaking T, guys, to the T.
Nailed this.
If you guys did not watch that last live stream, there is so much that you can just learn from there. Okay, just go and watch it because this is like he's essentially taken an experience on Bitcoin's chart for years now, and he's literally dispensing that to you guys for free. Just go and watch it. Like, it's so short. It's a very short stream. Just go watch it. Like, you'll actually, there's so much to learn from just there.
So now it's all here.
Holy shit.
The Kijun has come down to the Tenkin confluence. The Tenkin is now above the Kijun, right? You can confirm that with your data window, Krisha. Go ahead and pull up your data window on the right-hand side. Yep, right over there. We're looking at the baseline, that's the Kijun, and the conversion line is the Tenkin. The Kijun's red, guys, sitting at 29,750. The conversion line is sitting at 30,000. So right now, the conversion is above the Kijun. This is what we talked about, last week? Krisha, go back to, put your cursor on one of the candles last week. Right, so there's, far to the left where the Kijun's really far away. Further, right there. And I want you guys to look at the left-hand side. Okay, look at, the right-hand side of your screen. The data points of the conversion and the baseline. Back then, look how far away the Tenkin was away from the Kijun. That was your sign, guys, to say, hey, I'll sit back for a bit. I think we're going to go into consolidation. Any push up is going to be met with rejection because look, Krisha, hold your cursor there. Look at the right hand side. Baseline 33,000, conversion line 29,000. Baseline is above the conversion line.
So basically, the red line that you see on the chart was above the blue line that you see on my chart.
We said this. I'm looking for the Kijun to come down and meet the Tenkin, and then the Tenkin to cross above, and then price start living above the Tenkin Kijun. We're seeing all of that play out now. It takes time, right? Price, it's like a push and pull. Price will go up, come down, go up, come down. In the meantime, what happens with that price action, especially if you guys watched the Ichimoku module on the C program, the Tenkin starts moving up. The Kijun starts getting sucked down, and price goes back into bullish equilibrium. Now we're looking for the edge-to-edge trade, which will only get triggered if we penetrate into the cloud.
So remember, what we're looking for here is into the cloud, perhaps get another test of 31.5K, red box territory, and then a nice quick edge-to-edge on the cloud.
Someone's asking, what's the best way to learn Ichimoku? I've been teaching Ichimoku on the daily videos for years now. I don't do too many daily videos anymore because I've been doing this for so long. There's a comprehensive Ichimoku entire module, like I think 5-hour long module on the C program. But I think there are 2 videos that we posted from the C program in the free educational playlist on our YouTube channel. Yeah. So watch that. That should give you a good starting base. And then from there you can expand on it.
Yeah, edge to edge, if we manage to penetrate the cloud, that's what we'll be looking for. Yeah. So that's why, it'll be interesting to watch this candle, the weekly candle. I think remember, it closes green.
We're not saying that this will go into, will go up. We are saying that if this happens, then we are seeing it go up. And now we're seeing all of the sequential events play out, right? All right.
Blythe, the seed program.
Seed, not C, apologies.
Alrighty guys, any final questions? Anything about the PMI index that we brought up? Anything about the 200 exponential moving average that we brought up? These are the 2 things we're going to be looking at as major bullish signals for Bitcoin. The major bullish accumulation regions for Bitcoin. For those of you just joining in, you did not catch it, just rewind. It's a very, very comprehensive breakdown. And of course, we'll be giving you guys more juice on it as soon as we start getting more data on the charts. Okay, but this is the two key things we're going to be keeping a keen eye out on, and as well as Sean's weekly. He showed you something. Was it the weekly? No, the monthly 55 exponential moving average. Okay, so these are these really, really cool sort of signatures that we've caught based on Bitcoin's historic price action. So, yeah, stay with us for as long as we're in these, hell, stay with us irrespective, but for as long as we're in this juncture, this is a very, very interesting juncture of the market where we could see the markets turn here. Okay, so eyes on the prize, my friends, eyes on the prize. Sam Wise says, keep an eye on the 12-hour 55 EMA. Interesting, yeah. Decent follow through.
All right. With that, I think we can wrap up, Kusha.
All right, guys. For those of you who did not hit the like button, please do hit the like button. If there's any way you can help out the channel, it's by that simple like button. Go ahead, hit it. It goes a very, very long way for the channel. And if you haven't already subscribed to, well, Mango, go ahead and hit the subscribe. That way you can keep up every time we're out with the next live stream, because we're going to be giving you a lot more golden nuggets, guys. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for tuning in. And with this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.
Ciao.